The easiest and most direct way to use placeholders is to place them directly into your shape text. It has tons of applications, and it's also the easiest way to actually debug your drawing, to immediately see what the result of a certain placeholder is, as you can just see it represented as text. So just to give you some examples, we'll create a couple of shapes that hold these placeholders. I'll go back to my Visio drawing from earlier, and I'll just draw a small rectangle. Give it some basic styling. And now instead of defining any shape data, I will just link, for instance, to the session variable that I created earlier. So this means that we can just enter variable myvar right here. And if I now save without even linking the shape to anything in the shape data, we see that the result here is the same as the variable that we selected here. So this way you can check, okay, is my session variable working properly? Is my placeholder working properly? And you immediately see the result, and you can check whatever you would like to check. Other examples hold other placeholders, for instance. For instance, this placeholder that I used earlier, if you enter this view, for instance, because we are on a view this time around, or you enter this card object ID from before, you can see that they will actually be replaced by the value that we have right now. So in this case, we are on the Visio training view. If I enter this view, we get Visio training. If I enter this card object ID, we get the ID of our Visio training view, as you can see right here. Another placeholder, one maybe that I haven't showed you yet, is the property placeholder, with which we can just immediately visualize a property of our current card. So I want to see the class property of my view that I am currently on, for instance. I can save this, and the result will be that I see the bronze class that I had defined on my Visio training here. The last one that I want to show you is the parameter placeholder, as it's also one that will be used fairly often. So in short, for parameter, we use param here, then a colon, and then you can define first off your element. For instance, my DMA info underscore training element, and then a parameter ID that I want to display. I know this parameter ID by heart for the total processor load currently on my DMA. You can just enter ID 350. I close the bracket, and with this information, my shape knows enough. And I can save this, and it just gets replaced by the actual value of the parameter. And as you can also see, it gets updated on the fly. So if you're having trouble with placeholders, or you just want to see what the value is of a certain parameter in a very easy and concise way, use your placeholders directly in your shape text.